All right, if you could all take a seat, please. It's time to begin the ceremony. All right, thank you all for being here. This is the first time we've held this event in this way. We're going to see how it goes, but I like it so far. But it is early. Hey, thank you all for being here. This is, when we talk about awards, this to me is the most personal in terms of the awards that we give. There are 10 that we're recognizing tonight. I think that 6 are able to be here with us. It's the first time in the backyard we've had everyone lined up right here. And we're thrilled. Everyone, of course, is a special guest, but I do want to recognize a few individuals who are here. Well, let's first give a round of applause to all of our honorees. Let's begin with that. We have Helen here, so protocol matters. If I've learned anything, it's a protocol matters. I'd like to introduce those that are with the OU Board of Regents who are with us right now. We have Regent Phil Albert, who you all be seeing a lot more of in a minute, presenting with me. And is Anita here? Have we seen Anita Holloway? She'll be here in a bit, and we will immediately break and embarrass her by introducing her when she arrives. So let's stay focused on that when she gets here. Also, our newest regent who just came in for this, thanks for making time, Regent Rick Nagel. And this is the third event that I've been at today out of 4. And the OU deans and officers and staff and all of those from the foundation who have been here, let's stand up and recognize you all because you've heard me a lot today. Let's recognize you all. Please stand up and be recognized. All right. So grateful to them. And then my hero, and she does it all. She ran in from her CEO duties to come in for this. Makes it all happen. Please recognize my wife, Ashley Harris. All right, so the context for this matters. We're doing this. We're changing things up a bit. This is actually homecoming week, in case you didn't know that. Homecoming week is an important time for all of us, the main attribute of which is to celebrate our wins against the University of Texas. So I'd like to recognize that. That's the primary feature. Really, it's such an important time. And earlier today, we had a lunch where those who graduated 50 and because of COVID 51 years ago were recognized. And they each wore a large medallion for each of their degrees. And they came through. And it was great to hear their stories over lunch about how much OU means to them and to hear the stories about how much they enjoyed being here. And then we just came from the ring ceremony, which explains me wearing a lot of jewelry. And it's where our students that are here get a ring, and then after at graduation, they turn it around, the OU, to face the world. I just thought it to me, I love where this event sits. The idea that we've been with those that are celebrating 50 years since their graduation from OU, and also those students who are here right now that feel attached enough to the institution to buy a ring. And realize that they're bound to this university in a special way. And then when we leave here, we're going to the RAW rally, right? This big pep rally that will take place tonight at Lloyd Noble. And all of it speaks to what makes a university truly unique. This idea that even 50 years after, you feel attached in that special way. And we spent so much time thinking about our strategic plan at the university. And we put all of this time into all of these tactics and strategies. But when we worked on it, the question was, what does all of it pull up to? Right? What is the essence of a university? And as we went through that process, we started off by saying a university, we do teaching and research, and we do service and creative activity and patient care. And the thought was, that's the essence of us. But what we realized during this process is that isn't the essence of us. Right? The essence of us, what we really do, who we fundamentally are, right? What we do is we change lives. We distilled it all to those 3 words, that we change lives. And when you think about what each of these events means today that I've referenced, It's this idea that we want every student to feel what those of us that attended here and have gotten to this point feel. This idea of an attachment and a connection, a place of true belonging where you can find a place for yourself and a purpose for yourself. And as we have typically held this celebration, where we recognize a very small number of our alumni, we've typically held it in the spring. And the idea was to move it right now because we wanted to make it not quite so rushed. This will last 3 or 4 hours. 5 at the outside. But we wanted to stop and celebrate it, and we wanted to have it in the university's home. Right? We wanted to have it here, and you'll notice this isn't some celebration with 1,000 people. We did bring the cars in, which was in lieu of a flyover, more two-dimensional. You get the idea. Right? But we wanted to have you here in the house because this award, which is the second highest award we have the honorary degrees, where we give out 4 of those typically a year. And then for all of our campuses and all we do, this is the next highest honor. And we wanted to have it here because this is not some grand celebration where we're trying to sell something to somebody, right? Or bring in large groups. It's our effort to say thank you. It's our effort to turn to you and say that you are the example that we want for our students. We each think about what we have to offer. We think a lot about our 131 years of history this year. And we want it to continue over time. And so proud, 1 year into our strategic plan, and I'll just do a couple of these. We could obviously go on, but this year's class, right, coming out of COVID, at this stage in COVID, most institutions are contracting. Most of them are smaller in every way. Many institutions are down double digits in terms of enrollments. And so when you look at the health of an institution, you do look at that incoming class as probably the greatest measure of how we're doing, how an institution's doing. And this year, by about 60 or so students, we wound up with the largest entering class in the history of the University of Oklahoma. But what's more important than that, right? It's always great to have superlatives. But what's more important than that is the composition of it. And it's our most academically qualified class and a median 3.66 GPA. But in a day when disruption defines every industry, in every area, and higher education is no exception to that, you have to ask, will you lose your soul? Will you lose the heart of what you do in the enterprise? And one of the best ways to look at that, right, what defines a truly great university today, right, is this simple idea that all of those individuals that have the ability, the raw talent, and the work ethic would have the opportunity. I think about my own dad, right? Immigrant family, youngest of 9, only to go past high school. Why did he have the opportunity? Because of the University of Oklahoma. And today that door is closed for so many. But when you look at the University of Oklahoma and you look at this class, to me, the most important feature of this class is not its size, not its academic talent, but the fact that it's the combination of those two with the fact that 1 in every 4 students in this year's record class is the first in the history of their family to go to college. And I think that's applause worthy. Absolutely. All right, I know. We got to move this along. I've got a lot to say, though. And there are so many exciting things that have happened. I see Dean Rebell back there. We just had a stunning opportunity to continue this legacy where we just had the naming of the College of Arts and Sciences, the Dodge Family College of Arts and Sciences. So many amazing things that are going on. But the point of this and this event is to honor the 10 individuals. So of the thousands that graduate every year, there are a few among those classes that we pause and recognize with this award. 10 out of the thousands and thousands that graduate. When you look at the true diversity of those in this group, if you look at the areas of incredible achievement that are included in this group of 10 honorees, it's energy, finance, civil rights, education, it's athletics, it's biosciences, entrepreneurship across the board, it's social work, it's journalism. And each of you are stunning examples. But to be honest, that's not what makes you special, right? Incredibly accomplished. And we hope that for all of our graduates. And we want just not a place of belonging for our graduates, but we want a place where our students learn while here those critical lessons of how to be successful and to make an impact on others. Because at the end of the day, we know the truth. And the truth is this, that regardless of how accomplished you are, what field you're in, where you came from, and how well you have done, the only thing people really speak about when you ask them what they're most proud of, regardless of accomplishment, is how much they've given back, how they've helped others. And it goes back to what I said about our purpose, right? Our fundamental essence is that we change lives. And that's the defining characteristic of the 10 honored here this evening, is that each of them are incredibly accomplished in their fields. But in addition to that, they've given back in ways that are profound, that have impacted the lives of so many others, and thereby have impacted their own life by providing the meaning and the essence for happiness. So we are so thrilled, and you'll be thrilled to know this is the last speaking role I have in this. So if you react well to the conclusion, that's it. And if you don't, there's more. So proud. That's right. So proud of each of the honorees. And I do want to introduce right now who's going to walk us through each of the 10 individuals, the warmest and most soothing voice we have. It's like having a warm blanket on a cold night. You will feel the comfort and warmth of the University of Oklahoma. Please welcome Dave Hale, Director of OU Alumni Association. Dave Hale.
Well, thank you so much, President Harris. It's my privilege and honor to serve as your Master of Ceremonies for this remarkable event. On behalf of the University of Oklahoma, the OU Board of Regents, and the OU Alumni Association, welcome to the 2021 Regents Alumni Award Ceremony. The OU alumni family is now more than 225,000 strong and represented in every corner of the globe and in every field and facet of life imaginable. This evening, we take the opportunity to recognize some of the most remarkable examples of OU excellence. Regents Alumni Award winners represent the best of all of us in their shared dedication to our alma mater. Instituted in 1987, the Regents Alumni Award, presented by the Board of Regents and the Alumni Association, recognizes and honors some of the university's most outstanding alumni and friends. Recipients are selected based on their service to the university in support of OU's vision and goals. The name of each recipient is engraved on a plaque in the Oklahoma Memorial Union as a permanent testament to the important role these OU alumni and friends play in the life of our university. Today's honorees all serve as exceptional representatives of OU, and we're pleased to be able to present each of them with the Regents Alumni Awards. The service and contributions of today's honorees are detailed in your programs and on the Regents Alumni Awards website. At this time, I'd like to invite President Harris and representing the Board of Regents, Regent Phil Albert, to join me at the front of the podium. Our first recipient graduated with a letters degree in 1980, and as an alumnus of the Michael F. Price College of Business, his involvement with his alma mater has included service as an OU Foundation trustee. He and his wife, Claire, have made multiple gifts to the foundation to multiple areas of our university, including athletics, fine arts, and the Stevenson Cancer Center. He's also a member of the Seed Sower Society, honoring donors whose gifts to the university total $1 million or more. A longtime supporter and friend of OU men's golf, he was a whole number 4 donor to the Jimmy Austin OU golf course, which I have yet to par, and is a constant supporter of the Sooners in the Desert golf event held in Palm Springs each year. The couple provided as a gift to establish the Carl B. Anderson Jr. All-American Plaza in honor of his father as part of the Barry Switzer Center and the Gaylord family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. They've also made gift to establish the Carl and Claire Anderson Middle Linebacker Endowed Scholarship Fund for our football program. He's an endowed associates donor and a commitment of 50 donor as part of the endowment campaign for Holmberg Hall's renovation project. He also provided funding for the establishment of the My Eager Anderson Endowed Chair in Cancer Clinical Trials in honor of his mother. Will you please join me in recognizing Carl B. Anderson III? Right. We can fix that. We can. That's right. Thank you. Our next recipient grew up in Oklahoma and is a third generation Sooner. He earned his Bachelor of Science degree in geology with distinction from OU in 1981 and was a member of Phi Beta Kappa. While attending OU, he was recognized with the Letsizer Gold Medal and was a member of the Payette Honor Society and Mortarboard National Honor Society and was named a big man on campus. He was a member of the Sigma Phi Epsilon fraternity and has since since enjoyed many years of fellowship with his brothers and friends from the Greek system. He was twice elected to student government and was a frequent volunteer at OU. His proudest OU achievement may be his success in the heavyweight division of the OU Arm Wrestling Championship during his senior year, in which he finished third place out of 3. After graduation, he completed coursework for a Master of Science degree in petroleum geology at Stanford University in 1983 and earned an MBA from Harvard in 1985. He's had success both in finance and investment, as well as a second concurrent career in the nonprofit field while serving as a board chair and member and operating advisor to many nonprofit organizations in the San Francisco Bay Area, particularly those focused on helping at-risk youth and formerly incarcerated adults. In 2011, he received the Jefferson Award for Public Service, one of America's top honors for public servants. He serves on the Price College Dean's Board of Advisors, the MBA Advisory Board. He and his wife, Nancy, are members of the Arthur B. Adams Society and generously support OU Giving Day and the Sooner Club. The couple are President's Associates, for which he has served as president. He's an active mentor and advisor to current and former undergraduate and graduate students, and he enjoys hosting recruiting events for prospective students and cultivation events for alumni on the West Coast. The couple has endowed the Estes Family Scholarships in the Price College of Business, the Janine Rainbow College of Education, and the OU Athletics Department. He holds a U.S. Coast Guard captain's license, and in his spare time, he is the drummer for an aspiring rock band. Please join me in welcoming Philip S. Estes. Our next recipient, who is unable to be with us this evening, but is watching our streaming event online, got her start in the U.S. Civil Rights Movement at the early age of 15, in 1958 at the lunch counter of Katz Drugstore in Oklahoma City. Inspired to help end racism by Clara Looper, then sponsor of the Oklahoma City chapter of the NAACP Youth Council, this alumna recalls how she and other youngsters took the seats of customers as they exited the lunch counter until none were left. When the server said, "We cannot serve you," these youngsters responded as planned with a disciplined, "Thank you, we will wait." They won the battle 3 days later. As the group organized similar demonstrations, their numbers grew to more than 200, and the sit-in stretched for more than a year as the students returned to school but spent Saturdays dedicated to their protest. These sit-ins attracted national and local attention, with our recipient serving as the group's spokesperson. After graduating from Oklahoma City's Douglas High School in 1960, she enrolled at OU, where she continued her leadership pursuits and activism. She served as a resident advisor in the dorms, was active in the OU NAACP, and was the only Black student serving in the OU Student Senate. She graduated from OU in 3 years with an integrated degree in math, economics, and political science, and was a member of the Mortar Board. Among the honors she received was the prestigious Outstanding Independent Student Award. She served for decades in a variety of faculty, chair, and dean capacities at several institutions, including Clark College, Prairie View A&M, Texas Southern University, Ahmad Bello University in Zaire, Nigeria, Georgia State University, and Alabama A&M. Will you please join me in recognizing the contributions of Barbara A.P. Jones? Thank you. Our next recipient is also unable to be here this evening, but if you follow Sooner football, chances are you know his name. He attended OU from 1966 to 1969, where he became one of the most successful student athletes to wear the crimson and cream. Known as OU's workhorse, he left his mark on the record book as Oklahoma's all-time leading scorer with 57 touchdowns and finished his career with 4,041 yards on the ground, the third most in school history. Selected to the All-Big Eight Conference in 1967 through 69, was a Big Eight Player of the Year, consensus All-American in 68 and 69. He was selected by his teammates as co-captain for the 1969 Sooners. During his final season as an OU player, he was named the Walter Camp Player of the Year and received college football's most prestigious honor, the Heisman Trophy. He was only the second Oklahoma Sooner to win the Heisman. He was drafted 19th overall in the 1970 NFL Draft by the Detroit Lions and proceeded to become the first running back in the history of that franchise to gain over 1,000 yards. He's been inducted in the Orange Bowl Hall of Honor and recognized with the World Sports Humanitarian Hall of Fame Tradition of Excellence Award. In 2006, his likeness became a permanent fixture on our campus with the unveiling of his statue in OU's Heisman Park. In 1991, he was elected to the Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame and the National Football Foundation College Football Hall of Fame. As CEO of Steve Owens & Associates and Steve Owens Insurance Group, which offers insurance and service-related products, he keeps strong ties to the OU community and actually served as athletics director from 1996 to 1998. He's a founding member of both the Norman Public School Foundation and the Miami Public School Foundation. He's been a spokesperson for Ronald McDonald House and the Make-A-Wish Foundation. He's worked with the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation and the Child Welfare Citizens Advisory Board, the Oklahoma chapter of the National Football Foundation, and the advisory board for the Norman Family Y. In addition to his outstanding support in many areas of OU athletics, he's also provided generous support to other university initiatives, including fine arts, OU libraries, and the OU Alumni Association. Will you please join me in recognizing Steve Owens? Our next recipient earned his Bachelor of Arts degree in microbiology in 1987, his Master of Science in microbiology and immunology in 1990, and doctoral degree in microbiology in 1994, all from the University of Oklahoma. Managing partner of the Oklahoma Life Sciences Fund, which invests in promising life science and healthcare initiatives where standalone business and management teams are realized. He also serves as the executive director at the Center for Health Systems Innovation. That center, located in Tulsa, is transforming rural and Native American health through the implementation of innovative care and information technology solutions. He and his wife, Amy, provide support across many areas of our university, including the Dodge Family College of Arts and Sciences, the Michael F. Price College of Business, the Ronnie K. Irani Center for the Creation of Economic Wealth, OU Athletics, and the OU Alumni Association. He's provided special support to the Dodge Family College of Arts and Sciences through service and scholarship contributions to the Department of Microbiology and Plant Biology as a member of the department's board of advisors. He also previously served on advisory boards at OU Tulsa and is well connected to the entrepreneurial ecosystem in Tulsa and is a passionate advocate for OU statewide. Will you please join me in recognizing Dr. William Paiva? Our next recipient is unable to be with us this evening, but has over 40 years of broad energy industry experience and knowledge. She joined the Scientific Drilling International Board of Directors in 2011. Currently, she serves as CEO, having moved into the interim CEO role in May of 2020. She started her career with ARCO in 1977 as an offshore drilling engineer and progressed through various positions of increasing responsibility. She led the offshore business unit with ARCO when ARCO formed Vastar Resources as its lower 48 exploration and production company. Later, she led Vastar's business development function responsible for mergers and acquisitions. Since 2007, she has been a partner in Z-Town Investments focused on domestic oil and gas non-operating working interest. She currently is a member of the Laredo Petroleum's Board of Directors and the Board of Directors of Shawcor, a Canadian oilfield services company. A member of the OU Mewbourne College of Earth and Energy Trailblazers Society and Board of Visitors. She's also served on the Board of Visitors for the Gallagher College of Engineering and the Advisory Board for the School of Civil Engineering. She is passionate about supporting students, and that is reflected in her scholarship endowments. In addition to this, she uses her position and resources to help students secure career placement opportunities in this highly competitive field. She is one of a few women who have made their way to the Mewbourne College Board of Visitors. She provides the dean and the board with unique and invaluable perspective from a largely male-dominated industry. As one of only a few women in the 1970s to have graduated with a degree in petroleum engineering, she generously shares her expertise, and she tirelessly provides student support as a mentor. Her advice to those following in her footsteps has always been, the first key to success is to find a mentor who will challenge you. Her second piece of advice is, irrespective of gender, if you're willing to go into a situation with an open mind, to learn and to ask questions, to roll up your sleeves and demonstrate your willingness to work alongside everyone, you will succeed. She earned her Bachelor of Science degree in Petroleum Engineering from OU and her MBA in Corporate Finance from the University of Dallas. Will you please join me in a round of applause recognizing Pam Pierce? Our next recipient is also unable to be with us this evening, but grew up in Sulphur, Oklahoma, and graduated from OU in 1964 with a BA in letters. There's that letters degree. Upon earning his JD from UT, he practiced law in New York for the next 10 years. He returned to Dallas in 1985 and started Highland Homes, for which he currently serves as president. A member of the OU President's Associates and Seed Sower Society, his generous support of Native American studies has allowed OU to become a premier center for Native American research and teaching. His gifts have helped OU launch the OU Native Peoples Initiative, which places the cultures of Native peoples and the sovereignty of Native nations at the center of academic study across all 3 OU campuses. As a citizen of the Creek Nation, he is a dedicated supporter of Native American students. In 2013, he established the Horizon Scholarship in support of rural Native American students who wish to attend OU, but need financial assistance to make dreams a reality. To date, approximately 60 student scholarships have been awarded to support Native American students. In large part because of this support, OU currently ranks first in master's and doctoral degrees awarded to Native American students in comparison to all public 4-year universities in the United States, and is first among the number of enrolled Native American graduate students. He's also provided significant support to OU's annual teach-in, the Summer Institute for Oklahoma Teachers, and the Rod and Nancy Sanders Endowed Chair in Law and Liberty in the Institute for the American Constitutional Heritage. Will you please join me in a round of applause recognizing Rod Sanders? Our next recipient became a staff member at the Central Oklahoma Community Mental Health Center in 1977, and in the same year opened a private practice in clinical social work, which she continues to this day. For her efforts supporting mental health causes, she was bestowed the Distinguished Service Award in 2001 from the Mental Health Association for Central Oklahoma and the Lifetime Achievement Award in 2005 from the Oklahoma chapter of the National Association of Social Workers. In 2011, she was selected as the Treasures for Tomorrow honoree of the Oklahoma Health Center Foundation. At OU, she is endowed a professorship in film in the Dodge Family College of the Dodge Family College of Arts and Sciences that helped establish a film degree program that brings in independent directors from around the world. Her current community board involvements include serving as Oklahoma City University trustee and a member of the OCU Center for Interpersonal Studies through Film and Literature Advisory Board. As an Inasmuch Foundation advisory member, she is a life board member of the Mental Health Association of Oklahoma County and an Oklahoma Arts Institute board member emeritus. and Oklahoma City Museum of Art trustee emeritus. She volunteers with the Poor and Homeless each week through a church outreach program in Oklahoma City. For these activities, she was awarded the Governor's Arts Award from the Oklahoma Arts Council in 1999 and the OKC Public School Foundation Humanitarian Award in 2000. She was inducted into the Oklahoma Higher Education Heritage Society in 2014. The OU College of Arts and Sciences honored her with its Distinguished Service Award in 2006. In 2008, she was presented with the Film and Video Studies Society Distinguished Service Award. Additionally, she serves as a World Literature Today Advisory Board member and founding retired member of the Honors College Board of Visitors. In 1997, she established the Jeannie H. Smith Professorship of Film and Video Studies at OU. Countless students have benefited from Smith's gifts, funding scholarships, travel, and capital improvements, while her hands-on service on boards, committees, and other programs has helped to elevate the community, state, and our university. Will you please join me in recognizing Jeannie Hoffman Smith? Thank you. A native Oklahoman, our next recipient is a graduate of U.S. Grant High School and graduated from OU in 1962 with a Bachelor of Arts degree in journalism. As an OU student, she wrote for the Oklahoma Daily, was yearbook features editor from 1960 to 1962, and was named Miss J Journalism School Queen in 1962. She was a member of Theta Sigma Pi Journalism Fraternity, served as Gamma Alpha Chi Advertising Club president, and was pledge class president and recruitment chairman for Delta 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 sorority, serving as Rush advisor throughout the years. She served on the Student Judicial Advisory Board and is a past president of the OU Moms Club and the Delta 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 Mothers Club. She was a member of the OU Associates Council Board and the Bazell Library Society Dinner Committee for 12 years. She also served on the Sam Noble Oklahoma Museum of Natural History Fundraising Council. She's an OU Sooner Club member, an endowed scholarship for OU journalism students in the Gaylord College of Journalism and Mass Communication, funded by longtime friends and associates, was established in her name this year. The Rotunda in Gaylord Hall is named the Helen Rotunda in her honor. Now retired, this recipient was a columnist for the Oklahoman for over 60 years. During her notable journalism career, she also worked for Gannett Media, the Daily Oklahoman, the Oklahoma City Times. She launched her career in 1957 as a U.S. Grant High School correspondent for this Times. Over the year, she wrote garden columns, feature articles, and party news. She wrote the social column Sunday Morning and was co-founder of the 20-40-60 etiquette column that started in 2009 and continues today, and hosted party-related webcasts called Parties Extra for the Oklahoman's digital edition. She also wrote a Parties Extra blog and was web editor for the online Life section. She conceived and launched Shopping the Metro advertising column, which won a national award. She was one of the first, if not the first, writer at the Oklahoman to set up a modem at her home to send in her columns. Her computer only typed in capital letters, but transmitted them via telephone in lowercase. Special coding was required to show capital letters for all the names she included in her column. Things have changed. She's the recipient of numerous journalism awards and honors, including induction to the Journalism Hall of Fame and selection as the Delta 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 Panhellenic Woman of the Year, the Oklahoma City Public School Foundation Annual Wall of Fame Humanitarian Award, Women in Communication Byliners Award, Dulaney Brown Libraries Award from the Oklahoma City University, and Oklahoma Hospitality Club Ladies in the New honoree. Will you please join me in welcoming Helen Ford Sanger Wallace? Oh, we got a little acorn there. There we go. Good job. While a student at OU, our next recipient was an active and engaged student. She interned with the Center for the Creation of Economic Wealth and was active on the Campus Activities Council, Crimson Club, Student Government Association, Soonerthon, and Howdy Week. She was the recipient of numerous honors and awards, including the Let's Eyes Award, Outstanding Freshman, Sophomore, and Junior, and selection to Payette, the Senior Honor Society. She graduated summa cum laude from OU in 2012 with a Bachelor of Science degree in Petroleum Engineering and also holds an MBA from Harvard Business School. An engineer with 9 years experience in acquiring, financing, and developing both greenfield and brownfield natural resources projects around the globe, she currently serves as the director, co-founder, and president of Black Mountain Metals, a private battery metals mining company, Black Mountain Exploration, a private natural gas company, and Black Mountain Carbon Lock, a private carbon negative company. She also serves on the Strategic Advisory Board for Hennessy Capital's fifth SPAC, the Female Venture Fund, TCU's Energy Institute, Polestar, and the School of Petroleum Engineering in the Mewbourne College of Earth and Energy. She was recently highlighted as the featured honoree on the 2020 Forbes 30 Under 30 in Energy list. She was also recognized in 2020 as a Young Engineering Alumni, Pursuit of Excellence class member. This class shines a light on young alumni who are actively pursuing excellence and using their time, talent, and treasure to pay it forward here at OU and in their communities. This class uses their platform to model to other young alumni how to be engaged and find their voice. She is also a member of the Trailblazer Society and OU's President's Associates. Will you please join me in recognizing Ashley Zumwalt Forbes? Thank you. That's it. We're done. Yeah. Will you say thank you and we'll Chippendale?
Oh, great.
We'll be done.
Great.
Thank you.
I was being coached up there. I was still reeling at the year you graduated and all you've accomplished. That doesn't seem fair in any way, and we might take that award back. And anyone who has the wrong information on theirs, we'll work that out as we go through this. Thank you all for being here. This is warm and inviting, and hopefully all of our recipients have felt appreciated. You truly serve as an example for all of our students and an example to us. And is Emily Chippendale here? Okay, great. Emily is here. We end every event, even in our home, with the OU chant. This is Emily's third or fourth event today. She knows the song almost by heart. She is a senior. She is actually going to be teaching at my alma mater, Putnam City North, teaching choir in her senior year here. We're so proud of her. Please welcome Emily Chippendale. Thank you very much.
You can stand up if you want to. OKLAHOMA, our chant rolls on and on. Thousand strong join heart and song in alma mater's praise. Of campus beautiful by day and night, of colors proudly gleaming red and white, 'neath the western sky, OU's chants will never die. Live on, University.
Thank you very much. There's plenty to eat and drink. Please enjoy that. And for those in the class, please come forward for a class picture. And let's hear it for Dave Hale, who read more words than anybody should ever have to read. Well done.